Hello everybody, this is Lee Phillips' Journey of Truth. Today we are here at Old Zion Road and Leebird Road and the intersection of 78 and 81. We're going to hang out for a little while. It's the first day of school in the afternoon and we're going to see what traffic looks like in this intersection. Today is Monday, August the 3rd. It is 3:20 in the afternoon. Now, as I was walking around the area just a little bit ago, people were running the red light out here at 78. It was unbelievable. The light had been red for 2 seconds and this guy in this work truck just came barreling through. It's amazing that somebody wasn't pulling out coming from the other way already and didn't get hit. But we're going to show y'all a little bit of the traffic. And I don't know what time school lets out. It might have already let out. Or it might be fixing to let out. I'm not sure. But I know I have seen school buses running. So I don't know if it's going to get any heavier or if this is just going to stay moderate for the rest of the evening. But we'll hang out and check it out. While we're walking a little bit, y'all go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, ring that bell, because you never know when I'm gonna drop a video, because I never know when something's gonna happen and I'm gonna be able to get to it. Sometimes most stuff is kind of boring, but it's what's happening around our town. And if you live here, you might be interested to know what goes on as far as traffic and crazy drivers, because you'll know what areas to look out for to be more safe. We're going to find a place right here at this pole. See if I can get my helper leg right here. Without moving it. Phone around too much. Alright, so I think we got a pretty good look from right here at the lights to the left and to the right for each lane of traffic. And it's red. So here's a look. This is looking back towards Main Street. That's the Kroger light and then the Quick Trip light that's down yonder. And I've talked about how the timing of those two lights is not really that well. They're off just a little bit, and that's one of the contributing factors to the backups that occur in that area. because sometimes that quick trip light will have traffic backed all the way up to Main Street. And that's a good quarter-mile stretch, probably a little bit over a quarter-mile. If I'm not mistaken, this intersection right here is 1 mile from the intersection of Main Street and 78. So that might be a half a mile. So then we have the traffic on Lee Bird Road. And there's somebody driving off of the edge of the road. That car right there was driving recklessly off of the pavement, in the grass right there. People try to look for any way to cut through this store right here so that they can get out as quick as possible. I'm gonna tell y'all, it's so aggravating. My bottom 2 fingers on my right hand are still numb from my shoulder replacement surgery. It's getting better over time, but the time expanse is beyond what is usually normal. So I think my nerve is pinched in my arm up there, in my shoulder somewhere. And I'm gonna have to have another MRI done. I think that's in October, maybe November, when that's scheduled to be done. So I don't know, maybe I can work it out before then, but sometimes when I work it out it makes it so much worse. But it is better than what it used to be, and that's huge. Although it's still dysfunctional, I can't hold silverware. I can't tie a bow tie on a shoelace. I don't have any grip strength between my fingers and my thumb. I've got hand grip a little bit. I can hold things like my camera, barely. But it's difficult sometimes. But that's life. Life is difficult. Nowhere have I ever studied where anybody, any philosopher, any doctor, anybody said that life was easy. Nobody's ever said that. Except for maybe if you're somebody that's had everything given to you and you still don't have to do anything for anything and stuff is still being given to you, then maybe you can say that. But for the majority of people, they're not in that class of people. Oh, we got some police rolling through here. All right, Loganville on patrol. Folks, I've been seeing them all morning. I had to go do tags. I've had to go to Home Depot. I've had to go all kinds of places this morning, just doing that first of the month business stuff and all. And man, the police have been pulling folks over left and right. That means folks ain't paying attention out there on their driving. It ain't the police being aggressive, it's just the police doing their job, and they're having more people that are doing stuff wrong. And I expected that as soon as school started back. I knew people gonna be in a hurry to get them youngins dropped off and get on to work because they hadn't rescheduled their life in a manner that allows them enough time to take care of their duties like they need to. That car just ran the red light. Folks, adjust your time for heavier traffic. Leave earlier. So what if you drop them off 5 or 10 minutes early? So what if you get to work 5 minutes early? Oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. Somebody made it to work early instead of being late walking through the door. Come on, folks, let's apply a little common sense to our lives. That's a clean running truck. He ain't got no smoke at all coming out of his stacks when he was taking off or shifting gears going down through there. That's a clean running truck. Diesel, clean running. That's the way they should be. Ain't nothing wrong with diesels. But they need to be clean running, and that ain't hard to do. Light's yellow, the light is red. Turning and straight, go on the other side first. Now all these folks usually don't get to see me because I stay in the downtown. They probably wondering, who in the world is this guy out here on the corner? And sometimes I have to shout it to them. Lee Phillips, Journey of Truth. Y'all don't forget, hit that like and subscribe and ring that bell, because you never know when I'm gonna drop a video. You never know. Now, if it's an accident where somebody's hurt, I'll save that video for the next day. I won't post it until the next day. That gives everybody time to notify other folks, you know, if they need to be notified, so they don't see it on a video. But I don't show the hurt people, and I don't show children on car accidents on my videos. If I see one inadvertently, and I'm pointed that way, I'll point the camera immediately away and wait until they have cleared, and then I'll go back and show the car and it being loaded up on the flatbeds. Shout out to all the flatbed drivers around Loganville. Y'all do a great job. All of you, no matter what company you're working for, these companies do real good here in Loganville. They get the debris As you can see, look at this road area right here. Now they have wrecks all the time. And I'm gonna show y'all the side of the road here. You don't see debris all in the road and on the sides right here, even though they have wrecks all the time, because the tow truck drivers in Loganville do a really good job on cleaning up when there's an accident. Now sometimes there's little things that, you know, get passed up, but sometimes that's understandable. If they're trying to get the road open as quick as possible so that people won't be delayed in their travel, sometimes there are going to be items that get missed. Hey, ain't nothing perfect in this world, folks. Don't expect it to be, because it will never be. Nothing in this world will ever be perfect. Yeah, we can work to strive to be close to perfect, but that's all we can do. And that's on an individual basis. It takes every individual working on their own behalf to make sure that they do the right thing. And if everybody is doing that, we won't have a lot of what we have to deal with. Individuals just make the choice to do the right thing instead of the wrong thing. Light's yellow, that car goes through, it turned red, and the red truck just zipped right on through there. He was gassing it. You could hear him probably. He was on the gas. He wasn't worried about stopping. He wanted to get on through there. And see, that's what causes accidents. Because by all rights, people in these other lanes, when their light turns, they have the right to proceed on their journey. Hey dude, you got a flat tire, man. Guy in the black truck, you got a flat tire. And there's an antifreeze jug that's been flattened in the road over here. Cars keep hitting it. It sounds like metal flashing around, but you know, if you're on the side of the road and you know that there's debris in the road, you got to keep a mindful eye, because a car can hit that debris and it can flare up and fly somewhere and hit you. And that wouldn't be a good thing. Well, there's another car that's over on the side over there. So I tell you what, we've been here for a minute. Let me get this leg up. Get this leg up where we can do some walking. And we're gonna walk around a little bit. Looks like regular traffic's getting a little bit heavy. Maybe that car was going to come around and they saw the police in line and they decided they better not do that. That might be what happened right there. I would say that's exactly what happened. Oh my gosh, their front end's all busted up and all. I'm guessing that was the two officers that came down through here earlier. Got our Whataburger over there. It sure is full over there after school. They're getting all that after school business, I guess. Not. And I have no idea if any plans have gone through to put anything on this lot right here. So traffic's not too bad right here. I probably got over here too late. The lights turning, the little blue car ran through there. That was a violation. Folks, you gotta love that sound on that bike right there. I know y'all couldn't see the emblem on the side, but that was not a Harley. You cannot get that sound that that bike has from a Harley. It's very unique to that bike. That was a Indian, and it's got a different sound than a Harley has. Very nice looking bike. Get up to speed and then cruise it on out. You got to get up to speed so you don't get hit from behind. That's a big front end loader right there. That's got them teeth and all on there. That's like what you would go through the woods if you had a forest fire and you had to create a fire break. That's what you're gonna take right there. You're gonna take that machine right there and you're gonna knock down trees, rip up stumps, and push everything out of your way with that unit right there. Powered by diesel. Yeah. Flashy cars are all good to enjoy when you're relaxing. But for a working man, give him a diesel, something that he knows is going to get the job done so he can get out there and make the money for his family. diesel engines built America. Well, it's starting to back on up a little bit down through there. I should start playing some tunes in the background when I do my videos. What do y'all think? Would it help my long videos if I played some tunes, like picked an album and just played the whole album while I'm out doing a long video of traffic and all, you know? Leave me some comments and let me know. I think I already know that I might do that, and I have in mind how I'm going to go about it. I don't think I'll get any penalties from YouTube because the Town Green concerts that I do, the only place they're blocked in is Russia generally, and I don't care. And I'm not monetized anyway. Man, that Tesla and white truck both ran the red light. I'm not monetized, so not being monetized, some of the things doesn't really apply, so you can slide stuff through when you're not monetized, because everything I do is public information for the public to digest and make their own decisions about. And for all intents purposes, I am a journalist. And this little deal, well, I might not talk about that. And I was denied entry to a public forum. Access was restricted to, except for certain media. There were certain people who were allowed in, but not myself. And it was a matter of public interest that folks that view my channel and follow me on Facebook were interested in, and I was unable to provide my view on that information. So yeah, I hope they don't do that again. Because there is no such thing as a press pass. There is a company identification press card that is issued by the company that you work for, but when you are an independent journalist, you don't work for a company, therefore you are not issued a quote unquote press pass. Because all it is an ID saying you work for this company as a member of their press. And there is case law that that clearly states municipalities can't do that. So we're going to get some things worked out, and the Mustang and that silver SUV both ran that red light. And they know that I'm standing here filming, but they don't care. That means if they hit somebody, they're hitting them on purpose because they don't care. Yes, it's on purpose if you do something knowingly that is, you know it's going to hurt somebody. How can you run a red light and not know that you're putting somebody else's life in danger? That's just an ignoramus that would think something like that. I got hit by a drunk driver right after high school. And I mean right at just a few months out of high school, I got hit. It was devastating. Totaled out my grandmother's Mustang that she gave me when she passed away. Oh, it was awful. Cut my right ear off. Had to have it surgically put back together. All because of a drunk driver driving his mom's truck from Alabama. Man, I'm just ranting about some different subjects today. Maybe I'm irritable because I hadn't had no lunch. It looks like things are calming way down. People are probably still going to run that light right there and all. But I think the traffic for the school is pretty well decided that I missed that traffic probably. So, but we'll keep doing the updates on the intersections and showing the things that are going wrong, and hopefully people will pay attention and take into mind that they just need to be careful. Like, see, these vehicles are going out of their lane to turn. That was so dangerous. The one before that vehicle also did the same thing. Two of them, one right behind the other. And you know, that's the way it kind of goes. Somebody will do something wrong and the next person will be like, well, they did it, I'll do it too. And the person behind them, and then they all get to rolling and other traffic starts moving, and bam. Oh, I was just following them. Well, that don't excuse you. You should have been looking at the light. You should have been paying attention to whether you were in your lane properly and whether or not you were authorized to make the turn. You can't go across that double yellow line to make the turn in right there because there's a vehicle that's right there keeping you from going right there. So you can't do that. It's unlawful to cross the double yellow line. It's unlawful to cross the solid white line. There is an entry point to the turning lanes that is clearly specified, and that's where you're supposed to do it at. Alright, we're going to get the leg up and we're going to go back to walking. Yeah, I think next time I'm going to have some music in the background going. And because man, you know, I do get kind of bored not having anything to listen to. But I have to keep in mind also that I have to hear what's going on around me pretty good. And '78 looks good down that way. Let's walk back this way. Young fellas riding around in the GMC. If y'all know them from school, tell them you saw them on my video. I hadn't seen anybody cutting through here since I came up. Alright folks, we're going to close this one out. I think I've hung y'all on long enough. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and ring that bell. And y'all remember, be safe out there. Be good to one another. Do something kind for someone. And y'all have a blessed day.